The reality of living in Luxembourg. I've done a lot of things, topics on Luxembourg. I've done quite a lot of that. But today I just want to talk about the reality of actually living in Luxembourg. I think I'm going to talk about this based on my experience of after living here for close to 10 years now. And this is my reality. The thing for me that I think right now is that you need to set your goal. What is your goal? Set your goal. Are you looking at starting a family or just work and being single? So you need to have like a goal. If you're coming to Luxembourg, you should think about what your goal is. Are you looking at having a family, or are you looking at building a career, or are you looking at, I don't know, like for a short period of time? So like whatever it is that you're thinking about, I think it's important for you to have that mindset already set, so because if you're going to have a family, then you go ahead and look at the benefits of being in Luxembourg with a family. And if you're going to think of having a career, then you also look at it that way and be like, what am I going to gain at the end of, like, let's say 5 years, 10 years, what am I going to gain from living in Luxembourg? And if it's just for the sake of just coming and touring and seeing the place, so be it. That's the same thing. So if you have like a goal, then you will not have to, you won't be having so many noise, like the lot of noise that will be in the background about the difficulties, I don't know what, there's so many things it's all about the mindset. To be honest, guys, I think whichever country that you're planning to move, you just have to have a mindset. Because so when you're living, if you're, let's say, for example, you're from a place that is abundant with sunshine, and then you're going to come here to a place that has no, like it's winter 24/7, it's rainy and whatever, all that negative energy that comes with being away from where you've been. I think if you create a mindset and you're like, I don't care, I know this is the place that I'm going to and this is how it is, I'm going to embrace whatever that I'm going to find in that new country that I'm going to. So it will be much easier. And I feel like if this is how I was thinking, like of 7 years ago, before I came, if I had that mindset already, I think perhaps it wouldn't have been very, very hard for me to adjust and get to love the country and stuff like that, or whatever it's that I'm moving. So I think if you have that proper mindset that is put already there, whatever difficulties you're going to face, it won't faze you that much, because at least at the back of your mind, this is what I want. I've set up my mind, and Luxembourg is the place for me because I want this and that and that and that. And you have your time frame. I think that would be, it could make your life in Luxembourg a little bit easier. The thing that I was thinking about is comparisons with other countries. I think the mistake that we do, it's human nature, I understand. We get to compare a lot. You'll be like, in my country, this and this happens. In my country, you get to compare, which is very normal. It's 100% very normal. But I think, back to my second point, which I said is a mindset. If you come with that mindset that now I'm going to Luxembourg, and you've done your research about Luxembourg, and you found out that this is what Luxembourg is all about, so you at the end of it, I think it will be, you stop, the comparison thing will kind of like be pushed aside, like you kind of like put the comparison aside, and then you have to embrace this new place that you're coming to, or this Luxembourg that you're going to come to, and then you'll be like, I'm not going to compare. This is Luxembourg and this is how it is, and perhaps this is Uganda and this is how it is. I'm going to appreciate each country for the good that they offer, and whatever bad that they have, I kind of like, I'm going to embrace it and find a way of living with that. That is my reality, honestly. After the 10 years that I've been here, this is the conclusion that I'm coming up with. Like finding contentment, I don't know if it's just age. I don't know if it's just age, but life whereby I am just content. Like I am content with whatever it is that I have. It may not be a lot. It may not be like mega, like I have maybe a mansion or whatever it is. No, it's not all about like the material stuff and whatever it is. It's just about the little small things that I see they make an impact in my life. And then I'll be like, you know what? I am content with what it is, and that is enough. I am not going to go looking for more or trying to worry about what is not there. I'm just going to be content in what I have. So it's the same thing. It's life, but it's also the same thing with coming to the realization of maybe you've moved to a new country. Like now I'm here in Luxembourg. I am content with what Luxembourg is offering me right now. So I'm like, I need to accept Luxembourg for what it is, and I love it. It's giving me this and that and that. The negative stuff that Luxembourg has, I kind of don't seem to concentrate so much on it these days. I'm like, the weather, I'll be like, really? It's okay. When you go outside, it's a bit very cold. Like, oh, you're freezing and stuff. But then I'm like, I get to get this fresh air. You know, there's this fresh air that I'm getting. And then some people probably, if you're hearing about the wars that are happening all over the world, like people are suffering, people are struggling. Then I realized, like, okay, I'm complaining about weather. I'm complaining about the rain. Like back home in Uganda, some places people are complaining that there's no rain. People are not able to get rain to do their farming, their stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's just with maturity, you realize that, you know what, you need to learn to be content. So if it's just something that I'm sharing with you guys, and I think that maybe it will benefit you, because at the end of the day, you make a decision and then you learn to live with it. So sometimes it's important to just be content and accept whatever it is that you have, you know, and then you'll be happier. Because I mean, people sometimes when you hear the stories of people who have this, but they're miserable, they have that, they're miserable. So sometimes you just have to be content and you'll be like, yeah, that is it. Drives you. Is it the money or something else? So for example, if you're coming to Luxembourg, you know, majority of us, like when we talk about Africa, if you're from Africa, I think also other European countries, because what Luxembourg offers is completely different from what is in other European countries, you know. So because there's so many people from other European countries who are coming here, and if you speak to them, most of them will be like, so in comparison with where I have been, this country A, Luxembourg is really, it's comfortable. You know, for Luxembourg, you will come, you have the salary, and you're going to live a comfortable life. But back in my home, it's not possible to live, you know, with that kind of comfort. So if you need to think about what is that thing that drives you. Is it about your career? Is it about the money? Is it about the family lifestyle? Is it about your friends? Is it about the weather? Is it about whatever it is? So if you come to that realization, and then you'll be like, okay, this is it for me. I want to come to Luxembourg because I'm a finance person, and I want to, you know, like build my career in finance. And I think Luxembourg is the place for me. So you will not care about anything else. You will come, and you need to try, guys, like to block the noise, like about the other negative things that are happening. You need to block it somehow, and then you can survive. Point to take breaks as often as your wallet allows. So for you, the reality of living in Luxembourg, for me, I feel like if you could travel every quarter, you know, like after 3 months, you just get out of here. You go and probably, you know, look for some sunshine somewhere, look for family, go see your family, go just random trips with your friends. But the important point is that you need to just get out. So this is what I'm introducing with my family. I know sometimes it's a little bit very tough. There's no money and stuff like that. But then there are some other trips that you can do. You could drive. You don't have to always take a flight if it's expensive. You could drive, you know. You could use the train. There's so many possible ways of traveling. So just make it a point to just get out of here every quarter, and then you need, because sometimes you need sanity, because it's not as always easy. I understand. So if you take breaks and you just go, it will be easier for you to accept Luxembourg for the beauty that it offers. Tried for several years and it just isn't working. Don't let money keep you here. Just move somewhere you will feel sane. Sometimes life is not all about money. I know. Yeah, I know I'm saying that probably like Sophie, because you're saying that because probably you have. No, not that I have. Perhaps I don't even have that much. But sometimes money is not everything, because money, you need to kind of like have some sanity, like some calmness, you know, like in your life. You need your brain to be like together. You know, so if it's all scattered, you're gloomy, you feel stressed out, you're burnt out because you're working, like you're working, your life is all, you know, it's kind of like messy. I feel like sometimes probably this is not the country for you. It's important to come to that realization and make that decision and be like, you know what, I don't think this fits me, and let me try somewhere else, you know. And then you'll be surprised, because sometimes you're like, that money, when you think about that salary, you're like, oh, this money is so good. And then you get this job maybe in Uganda, and they're paying you maybe like 3 times less than what you're getting here. You'll be like, oh God, now I'm going back. But sometimes you're going back, for example, maybe to Uganda, but Uganda is going to offer you something that you're not getting here in Luxembourg, you know. So sometimes it's important for us to come to that realization, and then you go. Do not keep somewhere where you feel like you're draining. The place is draining you, because it can get it can get really tough. I've heard of stories, people. It can really get that tough. So sometimes it's okay, you know, to just, you know, be like, you know what, enough is enough, and you know, and you're gone. That's some of the things that I felt like I could share with you guys regarding living in Luxembourg, because people, you're always asking me. Someone asked me, so Sophine, there are many questions that you guys are always asking. So I felt like maybe let me just share my realization after the 10 years that I've been. This would be beneficial for you people. Some of you are trying to make the decisions, because I get messages on Instagram, on my email, people asking me questions. Sophine, what would you do if I came here, stuff like that. So that's some of the things that maybe you could go listen to them, ponder on them, and then you'll be able to make the decision. So at the end of it all, decisions are always ours, and our decisions will impact whatever choice that we make. So yeah, people, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.